Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. Good morning. So this video I'm going to be talking about this really intense conversation that me and a friend had yesterday, where I was trying to convince her that people are fundamentally good, because she was like, nope, no, people are not good. I do not trust people. People always let me down, especially men. She had that kind of outlook because she was like, these have been my experiences. So I would like to try to, if anyone has that kind of feeling as well, I would like to try to explain what I was trying to explain. And that is that there are two different levels, right? There are multiple different planes, and you cannot really compare planes with each other. So let's say like one plane is the plane of length and one plane is the plane of temperature. You cannot use a thermometer to measure the length of something, and you cannot use a tape measure to measure the temperature of something. These are two completely different planes. So the plane, when I say that when we start to live our lives in a way where we start to trust other people and trust fundamentally that people are good, and we raise our consciousness to be able to handle whatever comes our way, but from the place that people are fundamentally good, from the place of trust that people are good, and then what comes does not, and we raise our consciousness. Both of these have to be true, because if we don't, then we're talking from different, we're merging the planes which are not merged technically. So when we get there, then we are able to see these two different things as two different planes, and we're not merging them, and we're not trying to impose one other on the other, right? So if we see, so everybody is a human being, right? We are human beings, and we have flaws, and we have things that trigger other people, and they have things that trigger us, and everybody has things that trigger each other. And this is what it means to be on planet. Like, that's what the Gita chapter 5 has been talking about as well. We're just thrown around, well, all of these chapters, we're just thrown around in this world of existence. And we think we have we do have some control, we have free will, but we don't really have control. We are going to face the karma that we've had. We are going to face the actions of our we're going to face the reactions of our actions from past lives, from God knows how many past lives, right? We don't have control over that. Those are going to come into our lives, those fruitive actions, until we are able to get to a place of pure knowledge, like he said, in Krishna consciousness. And however impersonalists versus personalists want to translate the Gita, but until we have come to this knowledge that we are not the body, and until we have transcended all of this thing, and until we have absorbed ourselves in God, I'm looking at the Krishna deity right now, until we have absorbed ourselves in God, we are going to have fruitive action. We're going to have sinful reactions for our actions. Every time we're trying to have fruitive actions, we are going to have sinful reactions for all of it. So we are going to be thrown around. We just don't have any option. So yeah, so we are going to have all these kinds of reactivities, and other people are going to have all these kinds of reactivities, but that doesn't make them fundamentally a bad person, right? So one way to look at it is, of course, everybody's a pure soul, and everything on top is a mirror, dust on the mirror. And so we can do that, and that feels very intellectual. That doesn't feel real. But we can get to a place of real where we actually know and we can see how good people are, how good their heart is, because we're looking for it and we're seeing it. And now that's what I'm going to explain, the difference between trusting and not being a doormat, or not being, not allowing people to take advantage of you and that kind of stuff. So knowing, being aware, discernment is different from judgment. This is a breakthrough that I've had a few months ago. The discernment is different from judgment. So we use our intellect to discern. We see that what this person is doing in this moment is not very loving towards me. This person is judging. This person is trying to make it, because this person wants their life path. Let's say somebody's life path is different from my life path. And they're seeing that my life path is good somewhere inside, deep inside them. They might not consciously know this, but their life path is different, and they want to they can't really necessarily handle that my life path is different, and I'm so confident about it, and it's good, and it's, it's taking me somewhere. They can't necessarily handle that. So, and their life path is different, so they want to justify their life path. So they will try to, and this has happened, right? This has happened to me, this has been happening to me right now, but they're trying to kind of judge, kind of put me down, like kind of like um um so say, hey, what are you doing? Like, in terms of what they're doing, they're like, are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Are you doing that? I'm like, no, because I don't care about it. This is not my life path. I'm going for eternal bliss. Like, I'm not working for this lifetime. I don't really care about what happens in this lifetime. I don't care about making money. I don't care about having goals. I don't care like big. I do, of course, I do, and that is the thing about you do your karma. So I do, and I have desire for the reaction, the results too. Absolutely. I'm far from being elevated, but at least intellectually I know, or at least on a high level I know that my path is Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem. So I'm not really putting too much like attention or like focus or like life goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals. I'm not doing any of that, and I don't care for any of that. I'm going to do whatever Krishna asks me to do. I mean, basically, and I have some desires of my own. I want to live a comfortable life, so I have those desires for sure. And so then this person's like, but so they're kind of they kind of communicate in a slightly judgy way. But I'm so confident in where I'm at, that their judgment is not bothering me in any way. It doesn't affect me in any way. So I'm able to discern. And even last year, this kind of judgment would have hurt me like mad. It would have really hurt me, and I would not have been able to handle it. My consciousness was not there. Even a year ago, it wasn't there. So I'm able to discern, and I'm able to hold that person with the utmost love and compassion, because I'm able to see that this is coming from their insecurity about their own life. And so I'm confident, and I'm just responding like, hey, I mean, that doesn't matter to me. It doesn't, like, I'm not. So I'm able to deflect that without letting it hurt me, without letting it create a cut in my thing. I'm able to be like, okay, I see where you are, and I'm able to see just how beautiful his heart is, right? How incredibly beautiful his heart is. How much he cares, how much these little things he will say, like, I'll do this for you, let me do this, or let me do this, or let me. Just how much care he has in his heart, how much love he has in his heart for everyone. For me too, but for everyone. I mean, like, it's just there. It's fundamentally there. I mean, I'm so appreciative of that. And he's struggling with this. He's struggling with, like, what should his life path be, and he's saying things like, I mean, I see you, you're ahead of me, like, you're 100 steps ahead of me. I see that, like, I get that. So it is, sorry. Wow, excuse me. Okay. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but that's a sneeze. Okay. So these are the two different planes. When you can, the same thing would have hurt me immensely, and would probably hurt some other person right now also immensely. And if somebody said something else that manages to get through under my skin, that would hurt me immensely. And when we raise our consciousness enough, then I'm not hurt by it, because I'm actually seeing that this thing is not coming from me. It's coming from him, from his own insecurities. And it's not bothering me at all. And because of that, I'm able to trust him. I'm able to trust that he is, I'm able to see, I'm able not just trust, like blindly trust, but I'm able to genuinely see that he's a very, very, very good person. And I'm feeling so grateful about that, for having people like this in my life. I have many people like this in my life that are so incredibly fundamentally good. So the two different planes are this. The two different the when you trust people, it doesn't mean that you don't discern, and you don't discern the specific situation that's coming at you. You just trust overall the person's goodness. And so if you're trying to build this, then you try to see in that moment when the person has hurt you. You go into your room and you go into your home, and you can look at your emotions, and you can hold your emotions, and you can say, yes, hold your emotions with utmost compassion. Yes, you have a right to feel this way, and it's okay to feel this way. Just don't respond to that person at that time. Just feel that way. Feel the emotions, and then ask yourself, is this me? Is this coming from me, or is this something within him? Is there something can I figure out why this person said this in a way that is not implicating me? Because it's not, right? Anything that a person says is about them, not about me. So can I do that? But I do discern, I do understand, but without judgment. I discern without judging the person. I accept everybody has their path. I have my path. And there are some people that are still have not cleared out completely, right? They have said or done some things that have really, really hurt me, and I've not been able to clear. There are phases where I'm clearing that. I feel like I've cleared them out, and then next time I'm like, okay, I'm still upset about that. And so you allow that, you allow compassion for yourself, like, okay, I'm at this place, and I do, I mean, I'm totally, yes, I am at this place, I have a right to feel the way I feel, because what was done was not very good, and I need to understand that this is not about me. It's got nothing to do with me, and whatever they said or not didn't say has got nothing to do with me, and it's past karma also. I must have done something to hurt them, so they hurt me. And I don't need to propagate that. If I get hurt right now, then I need to burn off that, because then I need to hurt them at some point in the future lifetimes or something. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get into this cycle. I want to break it up. So by letting go, by forgiving, by forgiving, I don't even like the word forgiving, because it's like they have done something wrong and I'm forgiving them, and it's not even, it's a nice word, but it has a little bit of a thing for me. So by understanding, by truly having this realized knowledge that what they did was not about me, it was about them. By having that clear understanding, then I will be able to let go, because then I'm not just forgiving, then I'm not like, okay, they did something wrong and I'm forgiving them for it. I'm just saying, no, whatever they did because they're feeling in a certain way. And eventually I would want to, with them, I would want to get to a place where I would be like, okay, what can I do to help you? Right now I'm still upset in that situation. Anyways, so yes, so these are two different planes, where one plane is that you trust the person, that they're good. Overall, the person is good. The person's goodness is there. And then each situation, you take each situation and you discern without judgment as much as possible. That's a goal, right? That's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong goal, where you continue to do this, where you're not upset with people. So you do that, and you get to this place where you're able to then trust the person, the underlying person. And then you're able to see the soul that the person is. You're able to see the pure soul that the person is, because all these dust on the mirror doesn't affect you anymore. And then you're just blown away. You're like, how is it possible that people are so good? Wow. And everybody brings such a different level of goodness in them. Yeah, such a different way of being good. Everybody has a different way of being good, and that's what Krishna loves also. Krishna wants all of us, like Krishna is heavily pursuing us and wanting us, because he wants that different goodness in us. Okay, I hope that this helped. Wish you a day filled with beautiful, beautiful personal growth and spiritual growth. Take care. Radhe Radhe.